for you. And there's that other host,
It's me, Megafire.
And then returning person, Godzilla Master.
You're wrong.
I just came from orbit. Hello.
Hey, I'm glad. Come take a seat.
Bob. Special guest Bob.
Hello.
Fucking Bob.
Nailed it.
We're all sitting on one couch, but it took him like I guess he was asleep and we didn't notice. We're all in one room, by the way, just to let you all know. Master Godzilla came crashing through the roof.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am actually writhing in pain right now.
Yes, he has 2 broken legs. I've diagnosed him with a blood forming within his lungs, but it's okay. He'll survive for another hour and a half, while we do the podcast. Then we'll figure out what to do with him. Right, Master Godzilla? Yeah, you're fine. Isn't that right, Darko?
Looks the same as usual.
Huh. I've heard of better compliments.
We should talk about things.
All right. What are we talking about, Bob?
A variety of things that mostly have to do with video games, but there's also one thing we wanted to talk about, and that's just movies in general. You guys have any favorites, or?
MG, what do you?
No.
I like Godzilla.
No, let's be serious for a second.
I never would have guessed that you would like Godzilla. It kind of came as a shock to me.
Actually, I didn't. Are you really serious about that? Is Godzilla?
I happen to enjoy Godzilla.
Is it your? Do you enjoy it enough to call it your favorite?
I have a confession to make. I don't have a favorite movie.
Well,
there's just too many damn good ones out there that I like too many.
It's fair enough. Like, just picking a favorite of something is just kind of silly, but I mean...
That's like handing me The Dark Knight and the Avengers and saying, pick one.
Well, you could just think about the one that you most rewatch, or the one that you're always up to rewatching.
Again, I like to rewatch a lot of movies.
If we were to get into Godzilla, what one would you say we should start off with?
The original. Definitely the original.
Is it just called Godzilla?
Depending on where you live.
Well,
sometimes it's called Godzilla if it's the original one, or it's Godzilla King of the Monsters if it's the American version with Steve Martin in it.
Godzilla.
Excuse me, not Steve Martin. Oh God. Oh God. His name. I forget it.
Isn't it Steve, some kind of really Icelandic name?
Raymond Burr. That's it.
Oh, that's completely off.
Good job.
I'm sorry. Okay, well, Dorko, what about you? What is your favorite movie?
Shit.
Was there? I didn't know there was a test.
I did study. There's a lot of... Actually, I don't know. I guess there's not...
my answer, Dorko.
Yeah, I just love the movies. I know when Wreck-It Ralph came out, I really ate that up, and it's still one of my favorites, at least. I'm having trouble thinking about what else there is. I mean, just out of Disney alone, I could just say Wreck-It Ralph, and I really liked Hercules. I think I'm forgetting something, but yeah.
Hercules was okay. I liked it. It was fine. I wouldn't call it a favorite of mine, but it was...
Personally, I love it.
Yeah, I can see it. What about you, Bob?
One movie I like that, ironically, I don't remember much of is Pulp Fiction. I really want to see that again. Me and some friends of mine, namely you guys, have like these little movie nights, and I hope that we can like watch that movie together sometime.
Ever since
I think we'd enjoy it.
Ever since I saw like other discussions about Pulp Fiction as of late, I've really I usually dismissed it because I didn't really know what it was, or I didn't know about the director. Like, everybody always praised him and stuff, and I just kind of I don't know him. I don't know these movies. I'll just shrug it and say if we watch it, we watch it. If we don't, no big loss. But now I'm kind of like, yeah, this is something I really want to watch. Pulp Fiction, and then there was another one, a newer one that he made.
Inglourious Bastards, I thought they were the same direction, but
is
maybe
he
I'm pretty sure it's the same guy.
Tarantino or
Yeah.
Yep.
Tortellini?
Tarantino. Yep.
Tortellini.
I thought that lady.
Okay, well, I didn't like Inglourious Bastards that much.
It was definitely a different movie from what I expected. I kind of expected more dumb action, but it was a lot different.
It was silly. I liked it, but it wasn't that great. I don't know. But Pulp Fiction is definitely something I want to watch. So personally, my favorite movie, well, it's a Russian movie, so I won't talk about that. But my favorite trilogy here is Lord of the Rings. I love that. I eat that up. Like, I rewatch that, I think, the most out of anything. I've rewatched that more than reruns on TV, because I hate reruns, so I don't watch them that often.
I completely forgot. I really like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I'm looking forward to the next one.
I used to have this ritual, this habit, I don't know what to call it, tradition, there you go, where every break from school, like we had the fall break, spring break, winter break, every break I would sit down and I would watch the trilogy. It used to be I watched it with my mom, and now I just watch it alone, and I love the movies. They're just that good. Albeit, Frodo's kind of retarded, but, Bilbo's a lot better. Like, I came into the series after reading The Hobbit. Like, I didn't read the Lord of the Rings books. I read The Hobbit first, and then I watched the movies, the trilogy, I should say. So, after reading, about Bilbo and how good of a character he was, going to Frodo was kind of like, why is this character the main character again? He's stupid. He's not brave. He's just dumb. He does dumb things, and he's also kind of a pansy. He just doesn't act very heroically. Like, he knows he has this great burden on his shoulders, but he's not doing anything, to show that he's trying to stand up for it, besides, I'm going to keep carrying the ring, because I am the ring bearer. That's my Frodo impression, by the way.
Elijah Wood would be proud.
But Bilbo was so different. Like, he didn't even know he had this great responsibility on his shoulders, but he was still going through things, all swagger and dagger, and I don't know, I guess it might be one of those cases of going from an old familiar protagonist to a new one, and it's just kind of like, bleh. I'm always going to judge him harsher than the original. I know that's a thing that people do. So yeah, Lord of the Rings for sure.
I don't really have as much to say about Lord of the Rings. I like those movies.
Yeah.
I could probably watch them again just to refresh them, and then I'll find out I hate them. But not.
Well, I've always said we have to do this chat, just go one night, or go on a binge of all three of them, the extended cuts, because I haven't seen the extended versions. I only have the
That's a pretty scary thought, in a way. Maybe if you did one movie at a time.
Nah, all three. Now we can do it. No, but the thing is, now I know we probably won't do it for a while, at least not till winter, because, well, school's starting for a lot of people, and yeah. By a lot of people, I think it's just me and Chad who's going. Oh, 6 is going to school.
All by yourself.
Wow. Also, work is a thing.
Work.
So, Master Godzilla, why Godzilla? What's so? Besides being in your name, what's what's the appeal you get from Godzilla?
It's a giant lizard blowing up a city that has atomic breath. What's not to like? Plus, a lot of them are corny and make me laugh.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Godzilla 2000. I think it was called. It was like had all of the monsters and cheesy human fights. It was such a good...
Oh, you mean Final Wars?
Oh, Final Wars. Fuck.
That's what you've been talking about the whole time. I'm like, why would you like
That was
Godzilla
2000.
Why would you like 2000? The bad guy monster doesn't even show up to the last 20 minutes.
Man,
Godzilla just fights UFO for that entire movie.
look at me just get all of the freaking Godzilla titles mixed up together.
I like
You compared one of the most awesome ones with one of the most boring ones.
Whoops.
I like Godzilla. I don't know what it's called, but it's the one with King Ghidorah.
There's a lot of them.
No one King Ghidorah.
Really? No, the one where he meets him like the first time. Like,
There's a lot of those too.
are you fuck Japan? God damn it.
Yeah,
It's an old one. Does that narrow it down?
it does. Who does Godzilla work with? Does he work with anybody?
I think Mothra.
If it's Mothra and Rodan, that's the very, very first one. If that's
Alright.
what you meant by first meet him.
I don't know about Rodan, but I know Mothra was in it. And then they met King Ghidorah, and all the humans were like, "Who's this?" And he's like, "King Ghidorah." And then Godzilla is like, "Let's try to fight King Ghidorah." And then King Ghidorah whoops his ass. And then he's like, "Mothra, I need your help." And then Mothra comes in, and he's like, and then shoots laser beams.
I gotta see this movie you're talking about.
Is that the first one?
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Mothra.
I know it has Mothra, and it has King Ghidorah, and it has Godzilla.
You sure you weren't playing the NES game?
No, it wasn't a game. It was a really long time ago, but it was like the old Japanese one. It was a dub, but still.
If it's the first one, almost half the stuff you mentioned doesn't happen.
Well, okay.
Because the first movie King Ghidorah appears in, half the movie is just Godzilla bitch slapping Rodan around, and Rodan bitch slapping Godzilla around.
I think that's what happened. Like, they were fighting, and then all of a sudden King Ghidorah appeared, and they fought together.
And if I remember correctly, Godzilla doesn't use his heat beam on Ghidorah once.
I didn't say he did.
No, I'm just saying. That's a fun fact about the original Godzilla movies. He never uses his heat beam on King Ghidorah.
Oh, well, King Ghidorah's a badass. I love King Ghidorah.
And then the 90s series comes around, and Godzilla blows off one of his heads with it. No wonder he never used it. The fights would have been over in 5 minutes.
Oh my god, I think I watched that one too.
The one with time travel?
Yeah!
Yeah.
I think so, because I remember King Ghidorah's head getting blown up.
Yeah, that's a pretty damn good movie.
Also, there was this one with the aliens who were like, "We're peaceful," and then they're really not peaceful. Is that
Alright,
also
there's like 20 of them that happens in.
Son of a bitch? What is? God damn it! Well, I think the monster is he's like this crystal monster guy. Is that?
Space Godzilla?
No. Oh, there's like this superhero monster guy. Is that a thing?
Jet Jaguar?
Yeah, Jet Jaguar.
Jaguar.
How many movies of him are there?
One.
Yeah, that's the one I watched also.
Godzilla versus Megalon. I am so sorry for you.
Was it bad?
That's one of the,
I
that's
don't
one
remember.
of the stupidest yet funniest movies.
All I know is Jet Jaguar was in it, and it was really funny, and I laughed a lot, and I was like a little kid, so...
The backstory behind that movie is that Toho saw Ultraman was really popular. They wanted to make their own Ultraman in a movie, so they created Jet Jaguar. Near the end of production, they realized this isn't going to sell at all, so they inserted Godzilla.
Well, it's okay, because Jet Jaguar is cool. And also... Were there aliens that said they were friendly, but then they weren't?
No.
Oh.
The bad guys came from underground, and they flat out just
Oh
decided-
yeah. That's there you go. Okay, that's the thing that happened. They weren't friendly.
They
Never mind.
they just flat out decided, oh, we're going to kill humanity, because they threw a nuke at us at one point and didn't know we were here.
Also, Megalon. Megalon was there. He was a bug. Beetle.
Yep.
Drills.
Yep.
I like that guy.
Yep.
Most of my knowledge about Godzilla comes from Godzilla Fight All Monster or Destroy All Monsters Melee.
No. Okay.
Most of my knowledge of Master Godzilla comes from watching Godzilla movies and playing Halo. Oh, I need to know.
Funny story. I almost wasn't named Master Godzilla.
Almost.
So what were you
Wait a-
instead? Almost.
Way back when, I made the first image of MG, and I just took a still from Final Wars of Godzilla, cut off his head in paint, plastered it on top of a Master Chief body, and labeled the file Chief Zilla. And I almost named myself Chief Zilla.
I'm kind of glad you didn't, because that's a shitty name. No, it's
That's
just
alright.
It's just
No,
not
no
you.
it's kind of shitty, Dorko. It's okay.
I guess calling you like CZ wouldn't work as well as MG.
It doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
Yeah.
There's some parallel universe where I'm the Super West of EG Land, and I'm called Chief Zilla. I'm calling it now.
Chief Zilla.
We should probably mention the little Vista Quest thing.
Oh, I guess we can. I was gonna ask if anybody had anything else left to say about their movies, because we kind of just went over detail about mine and MG's.
I got nothing to say. I mean, all this talk about Godzilla and giant fucking things trying to kill each other is starting to get me interested, but other than that, I'm good.
Yeah, you get to watch giant monsters fight, and you also have a good laugh with that
Oh.
cheesy dialogue.
Have you
Dubbing.
watched any of them, Bob?
Not really, no.
How about you, Dork?
I mentioned Final. I
Oh.
said the wrong name, but I mentioned Final Wars.
Besides Final Wars?
I've seen some others. I just don't remember their names or anything.
Yeah, neither do I. Oh, Master Godzilla. The reason I asked you those, or I described those movies to you, is I wanted to find out the names of them.
The one where Godzilla very first time meets Ghidorah is Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster. It's not even called Godzilla. It's the title is Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster.
Ghidorah. Why?
Ghidorah.
But they
Because
call
way
it.
back when, they decided the official name was Ghidorah. But then recently they're like, oh no, it's Ghidorah.
But they called it Ghidorah in the movie, didn't they?
They keep changing their minds on what it is.
Okay, well, alright. How about the one with Megalon?
That's Godzilla versus Megalon.
Oh.
A lot of the movies are just Godzilla versus blank. Insert monster
Wasn't there one in space?
So if there was a crossover between Dan versus and Godzilla, would it be called Dan versus Godzilla or Godzilla versus Dan?
Considering it's a crossover, it'd probably be Dan versus Godzilla. Because Godzilla's actually polite when it comes to crossovers.
Oh, really?
Everyone always says Godzilla versus King Kong, but the proper title is King Kong versus Godzilla.
Is there really
Oh.
a thing like that?
What a nice fella.
Yes,
Wait, wasn't it like this, like one of the first Godzilla movies, like maybe the second or third one?
that was the third one.
Yeah. I really want to watch King Kong
I
versus Godzilla, where there's just like it's basically like hand puppets in some points. Just,
Yes, there was like 3 frames of stop motion animation at one point.
Why is... I don't get the point. Is Godzilla, like, protector of people, or is he just... What's the...
Depends on the movie.
Alright, so there
Most
are...
often, most
he
often
changes his mind. Sometimes he's like, I'm gonna help, and sometimes he's like, fuck everything. I'm having a bad day. Everything dies.
in the original series, it's not really consistent. But in the 80s through the 2000s, it's actually kind of consistent. He's an animal, basically. He's got personality. He's not super good. I'm going to protect humanity. He's just like, bro, you're on my turf. Get the fuck off.
Is Monster Island a real thing in the series?
In Destroy All Monsters, it is.
Yeah, that's the one I played.
No, the movie. Destroy
There's
All
a
Monsters.
movie? I want to
Yes.
watch it now. Oh my god.
It was intended to be the final movie.
Well, that is the best movie because Destroy All Monsters was a great game.
And, well, Destroy All Monsters is typically considered to be the best Godzilla movie. Because
Well,
because Toho thought to themselves, you know, we have some other giant monsters. Let's just pile them all in the Godzilla universe. And they did it.
So, can I just mention that Rodan is probably one of my favorite giant monsters?
That's nice.
Just because in Destroy All Monsters, the video game I'm talking about, I always used Rodan and I always fucked shit up because I could fly away at quick speeds and I would just like, laser beam them and then, yes.
I'm not sure if I have a favorite, but if we were playing a Godzilla video game, I'd probably pick Gigan.
That's the one with the,
Like the saw blade.
yeah, he with the needle hands.
MG, confirm.
Yep.
Yeah.
He has the hooks.
I used to play as him because his belly button was a saw blade.
I'm going to shock you guys. I think my favorite Godzilla game is actually Godzilla Unleashed.
Isn't that the one that's basically Godzilla Destroy All Monsters 2?
Is that the one that's where Godzilla turns into a werehog?
Yep. That's the one.
Everyone always looked at daytime if it was more.
It's the one for the Wii that a lot of people don't like, and I easily see why they don't like it. I have a lot of gripes with it too, but I like it for what it is. The monster selection's really nice in it.
I think
Isn't
that was
it-
the only Godzilla beat 'em up thing I played actually. And so I liked
Isn't it literally Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, but more monsters?
That Save the Earth. Unleashed has a different feel to it.
Oh, okay. Save the Earth is... Oh my god, I've been looking for that game and I never knew the title of it.
Yeah, Save the Earth is the direct sequel to Destroy All Monsters. You know,
Does-
I think we've dwelled on Godzilla in movies a little too long. I say we shift subjects. So, Bob, you're a game developer. You want to go into that?
If you want.
Yes,
Okay,
we
let's
want
go
to
into
hear
this.
your voice.
Okay. Ask me anything.
How's life?
Mediocre.
So how's your sex life?
Less mediocre.
Less
Are you-
mediocre, so
are you
that means...
happy?
Yeah, it sucks because there's not enough video games in it. That's the thing.
All right.
How was your internet life?
It's alright. My internet life's been diminishing a little bit because job and stuff, and I
Oh,
moved and I've been
shit.
trying to get fucking transferred, but this other place might actually suck, so maybe it's not a good idea. But anyway, video games.
All right, serious question. What was the inspiration for making Ice Demon?
I just wanted to make something, so I tried to come up with like the least ambitious thing possible that could still be like fun.
Bob, why don't you tell
The
us a little
thing-
bit about Ice Demon? What is it?
It's just like it's just ye old arcade game where you just try to get the highest score you can before you just die eventually. It's pretty straightforward, but I tried to polish it as much as I could. I feel like it's still kind of mediocre, but like genuinely enjoyable to some extent. Not like great, but sometimes I think it's okay.
Yeah, I get the feeling that maybe it's a little too simple. Maybe could use more enemies or something. But as it is, it's still really fun. Download it, play it.
Yeah, go play it. It's
I
fun.
should play it more.
I definitely feel like it's a game that Bob could come back to and leave and come back to and leave. And just, it'll keep growing even though Bob doesn't have to constantly, like, keep his eye on it in a way.
Although I
well-
think it'd be alright if he just left it alone and focused on other stuff by this point.
Bob, what do you think? Do you think this is a game that you could constantly come back to and work a little bit more on?
This is actually a game where I can do that, and I feel like I could if I wanted to, because this game commits this horrible sin that took me too long to start hating, where some enemies share like the same exact poses as others, or the main hero, for example. Like the guy you control and the ninja enemies have like the same standing sprite, and I hate that I did that. I wish I had realized what I was doing when I was doing the sprites. So if I were to go back to it, I might like update everybody's sprites and poses or something.
Oh shit.
That'd definitely be
I-
cool.
I Steam in HD!
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey. Bob, what do you feel about, like, your enemies? Do you think you did a good job on them? Like, their idea, their attacks,
don't.
etc.?
Well, I don't strongly pride myself in that. I mean, the boss enemy, the big one, seemed like a really funny idea at the time, but it seems, looking back at it, it seems really over the top and a little stupid, but chat thought it was alright, so I guess it's okay. It took a while to sprite them. I mean, it's not like one of those things in old games where the sprites had like joints and stuff, so they could just be animated by math, but no, everything was like hand-drawn on that guy, if that makes any sense. You'll know if you actually like see him.
That guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Try to remember the first time you encountered him. Like, what is that?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the first time you encountered Endorko. That reaction
I think I
was
made a
just...
mistake when I made that spray for TF2 at Play Ice Team, and I decided to put Chibera on it. Or, I just said the name, whatever.
Whatever.
Why were we keeping it a secret?
No reason.
For the surprise, dummy!
Well, personally, all I think about when you say Chibera, I just think of a bear. That's it.
Yo.
Personally, I suck at the game.
Everyone does.
No,
Like,
because
absolutely everyone except me, Papero, and I think Moon and Dorko
yes.
are bad at the game.
I was just tense for a second there, like, damn my name!
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I'm absolutely horrible at the game. I wish I was better because the game rocks. And there were some suggestions I gave you a while ago, Bob, that for some reason 6 just did not like. And that was like a boss rush mode where I suggested you make a few exclusive bosses just for that mode.
I
disagree
remember that
because
discussion.
I want more bosses in the regular game. I mean, if you're just gonna tease me with bosses in an extra mode, I'm gonna get angry. Like, I don't want to fight Fireball Eye a million times.
Well, I also did suggest to put more bosses in the actual game too, and still nothing, because I don't know why.
If I can actually do it without making it kind of redundant, I guess I could like put more bosses into the game, but I'm not doing like the separate mode. If I'm gonna make a mode where you just fight bosses, even if they're like exclusive to the game, I'm probably just gonna exclusive to the mode. I mean, I'm probably just gonna like make a game where you fight bosses instead. But even that seems unlikely.
Yeah, see, I don't
I've
get
been
that
wanting
logic. I don't understand that logic. Like, I mean, I guess you can make another game if you want, but what's the shame in like having a boss? It's like saying, oh, this beat 'em up game has boss rush mode. Why didn't they just make it a separate game? Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it has boss rush mode. That's just a suggestion. Yeah, I think so.
I could just. I mean, I guess I could make them. If I had enough bosses, I probably could make a mode where you just fight them all at once or something, or try to get creative. But I don't want to. If I remember correctly, you suggested making like original bosses for the mode exclusively or something.
Yeah, I did. Just because I thought, well, that would be an appeal. I mean, now that I think about it, the appeal to play the boss rush mode is because you would just fight bosses, and that is kind of fun in its own way. But yeah, you do need more bosses. What I just want to understand is what is so criminal about the idea of a boss rush mode? Like, just speaking of it in separate, just, okay, if it's not Ice, why specifically Ice Demon saying, why can't we have a boss rush mode? Why does it have to be classified as a separate game that would be better? What's the point there? Like,
the only reason I would prefer just making it a separate game is if I were making like bosses exclusive to that mode.
All right.
Otherwise, if it was just the old, if it was just the same bosses as like the actual game itself, then yeah, whatever, I could probably do that. I don't fucking know.
All right.
But
yeah,
if I'm just gonna make new bosses, I'm just gonna make a separate game out of them, even if it's not that fucking boss rush game. I just want to make new games instead.
That's totally cool, but I even said, like, it doesn't have to be, like, new bosses. Just, every time I even suggested just doing a boss rush mode, somebody would attack me for it and be like, Ice Demon doesn't need this. I'm like, Ice Demon needs more bosses, and also a boss rush mode would be fun. It's just like, why wouldn't you like to fight all the I personally would find it kind of fun to fight a few of the eyeball monsters in a row and then see how I felt.
No, not again. No.
If I can,
I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I get so sick of fighting that eyeball monster over and over. I mean, you improved it from like what it originally was, but
yeah.
Well, what Bob could do is make a set cycle, like improve the difficulty of the boss as it goes on. And like I said, this is if Bob, God damn it, if Bob adds more bosses to the game, then this will be a lot better of an idea because he could make like super powered bosses, but at the same time, it wouldn't get as redundant if he has like fresh faces also added to it. So it'd be like, say you fight Fireball guy, and then you go on to like Gladiator, and then maybe Super Eyeball, and then insert new boss here, and then maybe eventually you work your way up to like a Super Chibera or some other new super boss that Bob thinks up for the original story or for the original game. That's what I meant. Like it seems like a good idea because fighting the bosses is in its own way a fun thing to do in the game. And for people who suck at the game like me, I don't get to experience these bosses as often. So having a boss rush mode would definitely give me a lot of like I would know how these bosses feel like to fight. Just food for thought. Because in a way, like I can see what you're saying. Like boss rush mode, we need more bosses. Otherwise, it's stupid. But then there's like you said, the only people good at the game is you, Papero, Moon, and Dorko, and then the rest of the people who might play the game or who are playing the game currently and just don't get the same feel as you guys because you can't fight those pretty fucking fun bosses. We have boss rush mode that we could do. I mean, we do have like the easy mode, but I don't fucking want to play easy mode.
Hey, what if there was just like some guy out there got like linked to Ice Demon and he just like loves the game, plays it every day, hasn't said a word about it?
Well, I mean, I
know
a few people. I mean, fucking, you have like 200, 300 downloads now, don't you?
Yeah, and I don't even know who they are.
They're just people that I
tell me you exist, damn it. I need to know the feedback.
I spread the link around. I don't even remember where I spread it anymore, but I spread it around a little, and I guess it got some bites. So yeah, okay. Anybody else, Master Godzilla, got any more questions for Bob? You haven't said anything for a while.
Are you alive?
I'm currently still bleeding out.
Oh,
in case you forgot.
Well, it's okay because you're still alive. That's the answer.
Okay, Bob, got any painkillers over there?
No.
Oh.
Well, we kind of forgot to talk about Six's Vista Quest update.
Oh yeah, Vista Quest got updated. 6 broke it.
Version 3.2, first update in 2 years. Now, when you beat the game, your score can be submitted to SNS, etc., etc. Now, there's a little scoreboard. You go to it loads the Vista Quest page. You can scroll down a bit. The scoreboard that currently is, when I'm reading it right now, is Mandu, me, and Six. Six is the worst score in his own game. This confuses me.
That's our 6.
Well, what can you say? He's not Miyamoto, who can speedrun Pikmin 3.
He's not Miyamoto, who can't win at Mario Bros. 1.
He's not Miyamoto, who ruins Paper Mario. Wait, that's unrelated.
He's not Miyamoto. That's it. That's all. He's just not Miyamoto.
Ouch.
Well, why would that be ouch?
I thought that was a good thing, but alright.
It's Miyamoto.
I mean...
Miyamoto!
Are we even saying it
anyway,
right?
what were we talking about? Vista Quest, right? Yeah.
The update. You just now you can submit high scores to the site. And, apparently, what did it say? Fuck. It's just like an experiment, and the next games that will, it's like, Expect me to implement record systems for more games in the future. Expect Final Boss and Forever Rain to be next.
I hope he goes on to like an online leaderboard, like in the game. That
Maybe.
might be difficult to do, but I trust 6 could do it eventually. It sure is a good thing to aim for, I mean. It's a good thing to aim for.
I'm just laughing at myself thinking about how 6 is probably just sitting over there. He could have been here talking about his own stuff.
I like how we keep talking about 6's stuff, but we never have 6 on the show. It'll be our new running gag. Whenever 6 is on the show, we won't talk about anything 6 related. Whenever he's not on the show, we'll talk about everything 6 related. Speaking of VistaQuest, actually, I played it today a little bit just because of the update, and that's it. I just played it. I don't know why. I just can't get into 6's older games as much as I did the newer ones.
It's kind of boring, but it's short and simple.
You know what the irony is, though? Like, I say that, and then I try to play the newer games, and they all fucking don't work because of some base.dll bullshit that's not working.
Oh, shit.
Starting from, like, Forever Rain to, and up, it's just nothing works.
I think Ice Demon uses what you're talking about. I think that might be the thing that we use to play MP3s over GameMaker. GameMaker has its own MP3 interface, but it's like really bad. So we had to use like also it's not only like it doesn't only like loop improperly, but it also like takes a fuck ton of like data on the game if you just import it into the thing. But anyway, yeah, Ice Demon uses that, and I think so. I'm not sure what's going on.
I don't know. I think just 6 broke.
If you can run that and not.
Ice Demon works. Ice Demon worked a lot.
Bob can make games correctly. So
Yeah.
out of this.
No, I don't understand what the issue is. Like, why is this happening? Like, it's weird, right? Because the War Girl demo, I played it, and it worked. Like, there was sound, and then at some random time when I tried to open it again, it completely didn't work. And then it worked, but without sound, and then it worked, and then it crashed, and it said the dbase.dll or something is fucked up. And it's just kind of like, what the fuck is wrong with this shit? It's like, is it my computer or what? And I'm starting to think it's my computer, but like, it doesn't make sense why Ice Demon works, for instance, and why War Girl demo worked for a little bit and then it didn't work, and I don't know, I'm just confused.
How horrifying.
I guess I just picked a different MP3 interface or something. Maybe we were just using different plugins and I'm remembering wrong.
Maybe you're using the older version and it is better. I don't know.
So basically, end of the conversation, go play Vista Quest 2 instead.
Yeah, Vista Quest 2 is a pretty good game. Vista Quest 1 is okay.
I like Vista Quest 2, even though there's some disagreeable things about it. Like the mini boss, that's like one of the hardest boss in the game. That's a little questionable.
Which one?
It's like the second time you fight the guy that splits apart. I did like the stream of me beating Vista Quest 2, I think hardest difficulty in one sitting. That took a while. And I had to start playing like music. Well, because it took me forever to beat that guy. Like, dang.
So is hardest difficulty the one where you just cannot take a hit?
Yeah, you just like...
Is that the only perk? Because I think that was the original version of the game. He added difficulty levels or something because the game was just like too unforgiving.
Yeah, that's the default difficulty. If you don't, when you first boot it up, if you don't go in and change it and you go play the game, you'll already be in the hardest difficulty.
I remember going through like a little bit more than half of the game on that difficulty until I learned that difficulty was the thing I could set, and then I was like, wow, I just wasted a lot of time.
No, you did not. You were proving you were hardcore.
Well, an accident. Once I found out, I like completely fucked up so much that I just had to quit and set it to the easier difficulty.
I think
you accidentally kicked ass.
I accidentally kicked... That's like, you know that thing that you were telling me before, the save state placebo effect, where it's just like, when you don't use save states, you go through things a lot more carefully. When you have save states on, you just kind of like go through it. Like, if you fuck up, you fuck up. Whatever, save state. It's the same. That's the same deal. Anyway, Master Godzilla, what were you saying?
I think I got through the game before the difficulty thing was implemented. So, of course, I was missing half the content that would come later. I did it! Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice game. It's a short game. It's more like, it is literally the Super Mario Bros, in the series.
In the first one, it's directly a rip-off Super Mario Brothers.
Yoshi's Island inspiration.
Yeah. Vista Quest 2 at least separates itself slightly with the yo-yo and the wall jump mechanics.
Yo-yo.
It's like putting together Super Mario and Earthbound. The yo-yo.
Mystical
I believe-
Ninja. Duh.
I believe
that's
6
true.
was going for Star Tropics, but close enough.
Oh. I forgot.
I thought Star Tropics was like a top-down thing.
What's a
No.
Star Tropics?
The yo-yo thing. Because 6 really likes the Star Tropics yo-yo.
And 6
Yep.
is after me. Play Star Tropics. It's like the best girl ever.
I'm expecting like a spam of play Star Tropics in the comment section of this video.
Here is a link to a ROM of Star Tropics.
You're implying comments.
Here's some fan art.
Here's me editing beep to Master Godzilla saying that last thing about the link because there will not be one of those, but this fan art will stay.
Okay.
That was just a mental note for myself. By mental note, I mean like I'm just telling myself in the future to edit that out because, I do that.
Okay, you've dragged the joke out long enough. Let's keep going.
I remember drawing Vista Quest Guy, and people said how I drew the yo-yo looked like a balloon, and then Moon made fun of me by drawing Vista Quest Guy with the yo-yo balloon.
I remember this. I don't remember the thing that Moon drew though. I do remember the yo-yo balloon.
Like, not only did he art better, it was to make fun of me. Ouch.
Well, what can I say? This world is for winners and losers. We can't be both.
Yeah.
Wait, it's for both winners
Shut the
and
fuck
losers?
up. I messed that fucking joke up.
What a wonderful world.
Next topic.
Oh shit, put me on the spot. Oh yeah, I think Megafire wanted to talk about some dumb video game called
Wait.
No?
Before we go on to the next topic, Master Godzilla, I think
What?
you had a little bit of something to do with the Vista Quest series, don't you think?
There's nothing official yet. We're keeping it quiet.
Well, I can officially tell you that,
You can't tell them anything or else you're dead.
well, Master
There's a sniper
Godzilla,
on your position right now.
I'm not the one who's bleeding out on the floor, am I?
Yeah, but 6 is right outside the window, and there's a little red dot on your head right now.
Well, shit. Bob, you're gonna have to draw that so that our viewers can get a visual image of that happening. Got it?
I zoned out for like 5 seconds, but sure, I'll do it.
Good. Anyway, I wasn't gonna say anything concrete. All I'm gonna say is that Dorko,
Stuff's happening.
don't you want to put your 2 cents in here? Come on.
It's one of those projects Mandy's involved in. It'll never be finished.
But I'm involved in it too.
So it
It's one
might
of those
be
projects MG's involved in, so it will never be finished.
finished. Just like Star Dorks.
And then you just
Where's the slice of Dorko update, Dorko?
yeah, you hear Moon typing, like, just my class of Dorko, like, ugh.
Oh my gosh. God damn it. Okay, now we can move on.
Okay.
Psychonauts, right?
Psychonauts, perhaps?
Oh, right,
Not so
Psycho. Master Godzilla, have you played Psychonauts?
Nope.
How
Oh,
dare you?
what a loser. The 3 of us have played it and we loved it.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
What would you call the game, though? Like, genre-wise? What do you think?
It's a very classic 3D platformer.
I guess?
I guess a collectathon too. Well, Bob, you were the one that gave us. Well, you gave me the most like enthusiastic push to play that game because you talked about it quite a bit. Like it was sure a hot topic for you. Care to?
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it really that much of a hot topic for me? Because I did like it. It has very good presentation in general. I like the art direction. I like the environment. The music's alright too. But herein lies the thing. All of these are better than like the gameplay aspect of the game, which is not bad. It's just kind of basic. So it's probably not as good as I said it was, but I think it's still solid. It's alright.
I guess you're right.
I'll give it like a B plus maybe.
That sounds nice. Not every game can be a solid 10 out of 10 buy today. Well, you should buy Psychonauts today though.
Yeah, actually, I think Bob's right. It is a little bit simplistic. I didn't see that when I was playing the game though, so it hides its tracks very well, if that's anything to say. And I think feeling is a lot more important than actuality when you're playing the game. I mean, lots of people could just sit here and talk about how a game sucks after playing it, but when they're playing it, they were enjoying it. Now that
you can have the mindset of analyzing as you go, but yeah.
True. I mean, I did. I was trying to nitpick it, but I guess I got lulled into a safe little security because it was really funny. It was really hooked. I mean, I was really hooked. It was really engaging.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a thing that I don't usually do, and that's when Skype chats start. I usually join them, right when they start, like 10 minutes later. But I usually didn't join Skype chats for like half hours and whatnot, just so I could play the game some more. It was, I think Bob was right. Like, the main thing for me though is the presentation was just wonderful. Like, the game flowed perfectly. It always had very like concise parts to it that you could just like, I don't know.
I think the only problem as far as flow goes is that I think there was like a part where it's like, get a bunch of currency and buy this really expensive item or something.
I don't think the game ever made you buy an item.
I could have sworn it did.
You had to get like a cobweb duster or something.
Yeah.
But that's like optional. That's if you want to get like.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not. No, I don't. I think you have to like actually buy it to progress or something.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I think there's like walls at the end of the game that block you from some hallway, and you have to get out your cobweb duster just to clear a path or something.
I don't remember, but I
don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah.
All I know is that a lot of like if you want 100% the game, you need it because there's some secret paths that you could take if you had it.
And there'd be like little holes, web duster, and get memories or collectibles and whatnot. It's cool to like you find like the memories of the person, the brain you're in. Although I don't really care for collecting 1 million memory figments or whatever, collectathon bullcrap. But if you're into that kind of thing,
you mean the currency?
No. They're like these pictures that could float around or on the ground, and they're like one color. I don't know how to describe them. They're kind of like the bananas of the game.
Yeah, the imagination things. I forgot what they're called, but they're like little imagination pictures that you walk through to collect.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing to collect 1 million or whatever.
Well, I mean, like it would tell you like you've collected this many in this level out of I don't know 100. Duck 64 stuff going on there.
I didn't know
that. It's one of the requirements for 100%. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that stuff. Writing, presentation, yeah, it's all great. Love it. Memorable dialogue and whatnot. It's like a platformer. It kind of feels like point-and-click adventure at times a bit, but I guess 3D platformers tend to have that feel that way a bit.
It's got that very solid. You have to interact within a level a lot. Like get this to go here, and then after you get that, go there.
Solving puzzles.
Yeah, by combining what you have with things that you acquire on the field.
Did you ever like combine two items?
No, you don't combine them, but you need to use them like in succession, I think.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, like
Or like combining items really is a freaking.
like you bring
Like,
you
okay.
use one item from a different level in a different You
I
use
just got reminded of something that I want to briefly mention. In those 7X games that I played, I think the latest one was the Devil's Playhouse. One thing is like Sam, the dog character, whenever you try to combine two items and they don't work, he'll say something like these two items don't work together, or something like that. And and for the sequel, the Poker Night 2, like there was an item like a line they wanted to put in, but they forgot to do it. That was like, I can't use these two cards together. I was really fortunate. I wish that stayed in the final game. But yeah, I just got reminded of that because point click adventure mentioned.
I like the witty humor in Psychonauts.
Yes, humor. Yes.
Bob, maybe you want to elaborate a little bit on that?
Humor?
Yeah.
And funny.
That's alright.
Humor's funny in video games.
News shock. But I honestly think my favorite thing about the game is everything related to the milkman.
I think that was probably the most memorable part that people took away from this game, honestly. Right, just that freaking milkman level in general.
It gives me the same feeling, or the same kind of dialogue you were just telling me about. Like, I can't use these two cards together. Like, there was, Rasputin always said really funny stuff. That's the main character of the game, by the way, Rasputin. He's like, if you equipped a stop sign, you're like, I am part of the work crew. This is my sign. Now I am working. He just says it in a very bland and silly manner, and it's really funny. When you play the level, you'll understand, because it's all really connected. Like the humor in the level is very tightly knit together, just to reflect that level itself.
I honestly got a bit of a Mario Galaxy vibe playing that level because of how it's set up. It's like you're on floating pieces of ground, and
Yeah, I agree with you.
These are great though.
I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Well,
And you are like,
go ahead.
yeah, you are like getting new abilities as you go through the game, and then like you can do this now, you can go through here now. So there's a bit of a kind of like a Zelda thing, like you get this new key and you can unlock this kind of stuff,
Yeah. Same with yeah, it's basically a collectathon, you know. It makes sense. That's how it works.
I guess the game does seem a little bit underwhelming from a gameplay perspective, but it's wonderful.
It's a really nice game. It's one of my favorites, probably.
Yeah, that's a fine choice.
Yeah, I don't think I would play anything other than that in terms of modern collectathon type deals. I don't think there's very many of them out there, but
I don't think they exist
anymore.
I don't know what happened.
Well, Hat in Time is coming.
Well, then again, I was never that much into the PlayStation, Xbox. Right, and my sister had like a PS2, never played that much, so I never really experienced Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank. So for me, it feels like it's been dead longer than it really has been.
Jak and Daxter was alright,
I love Jak and Daxter.
Actually, I don't
Some
even know.
complaints,
I liked it better once I found out Kevin Conroy was in it as the fisherman.
Kevin Conroy. Oh yeah, give it a year.
Yep. Speaking of Kevin Conroy, Arkham Origins doesn't have Kevin Conroy. What are your opinions on this?
Terrible. He's
Well,
a great Batman.
who's-
That's unfortunate.
Who's the new guy?
Roger Craig Smith.
That guy.
What do you guys think about Ben Affleck as Batman?
No opinion.
No opinion.
What's a Ben Affleck?
All right. Carry on with your Psychonauts. I'll be over here.
I don't know if we have anything more to say about it. It feels like we're like desperate. Like, remember
I haven't
that?
seen much of the new Batman lately.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. I just haven't heard much about it.
Just Ben-
Well,
Yeah,
it's a
Batman.
Batman-Superman movie.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't really know what that's about.
They're supposedly calling it Batman versus Superman.
And the winner is Batman. Oh.
And the winner is the Justice League movie.
I would hope it'd be like a World's Finest situation where it's great, where they start out kind of enemies and then they team up.
That's probably what they're going to do. I hope. Because World's Finest was a brilliant animated crossover event, and I
They'll
love it.
never be able to top it.
They tried with the Batman, but they failed at it.
They did?
Yeah.
I didn't even know Superman was in there.
Yeah, like season 5 or 4. I think. I don't know.
barely know anything about the Batman.
I don't know, but it was weird because they got like his Justice League voice in it. They got Clancy Brown as Lex Luthor. They got Lois Lane's animated series voice. Like, if you're going to have a new series, why are you taking people from the animated series to voice characters they've already voiced?
Well, why bother getting new people? They're like, screw it, just get the Superman animated series, guys.
No, Superman wasn't from the animated series. It was the voice from Justice League.
Oh, fine, whatever. From the animated shit.
It was still weird, though, because Batman, as you know, Batman has a really long cape in that, and Superman's was like massive. Like he comes flying in, the cape's like 20 feet below him.
I'm gonna watch this.
All right, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it was more of a cloak than cape.
Yeah, I barely know much about like the Batman. Barely saw any episodes. Didn't really grab me.
A lot of people hated it, and I can see why, but I've grown to like it. It has its own style.
Decent. I'd say the same thing about Beware the Batman. It's decent. It has its own style.
You know, if I really wanted to show you the crowning pinnacle of the Batman, I would point you to the animated movie, The Batman versus Dracula.
I think I've seen most of it, but it's all a blur. I was like, what? Batman versus Jack? What's going on?
Of all the Batmans to pit against Dracula, you take one of the least dark.
Well,
Oh, and there's blood everywhere in that movie.
what is Dracula? That really seems like a creatively like bankrupt kind of. What do we do for a movie? Dracula.
I mean, it's a very. You think it'd be stupid, but they actually treat it with a lot of respect and stuff. For some reason.
You can maybe give it a shot. Maybe you can make it a movie night. Watch Batman vs. Dracula.
No, it's the Batman versus.
Right. Oh, I see. It's the Batman, but it's not the Dracula. It's just your regular old average Joe Dracula.
Dude, it's a really good movie. They even have a fake Joker death again, which didn't actually happen that often in the Batman. It's pretty good.
Give it a watch.
It's pretty good. It's a good
Did the
watch.
vampire disappear? Did I imagine that?
He's here, but not talking. Megafire?
Oh.
Hello?
Bob's here.
This is not. This is very unprofessional.
I'm not the quiet one, so something's fucking wrong here.
He probably ran off to tinkle.
Did he say?
I will hate him so much if he forgot to record this.
How will we end the recording? He's the one responsible.
Well, he's gonna have 20 hours of recording material if he fell asleep or something.
God damn it.
Oh, if he fell asleep, that'd be the worst.
Megafire, if you're hearing this in post, please, if this is a giant span, please edit it out. We don't need 20 hours of silence. Or he just muted his microphone and didn't realize it.
And at this point, I don't even know if we've talked enough or it's just something else to do or what.
How long are these podcasts usually?
I could probably trust to drag him on for too long. I think it's...
Let's play Megafire, he's not here.
Dude, you remember episode 2? It's we've been talking for an hour, 30 minutes, and what does Megafire say? So, anything else to talk about? What?
They tend to drag on if we have certain topics to talk about, but...
Yeah, especially right now, where we're just talking about the podcast.
Show's over. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for watching.
It's not over yet! No!
We're freaking Daffy Duck and Duck Amok. No!
No! He's trying to stop the darkness from closing in.
He tried to stop the darkness.
That's actually a good topic to talk about, I think.
What?
Dorker, you mentioned that Beware the Batman has a unique style to it. We can talk about cartoons, that works.
Oh, shit. For a second, I was going to bring up the Looney Tunes show. Then again, I just did. Oh, fuck.
I was talking about the old series, the old film serial stuff.
Oh, yeah, the classic Looney Tunes is still classic Looney Tunes. Did you
guys ever see some of the propaganda ones?
I have not, but...
They're fucking hilarious. It's Bugs Bunny versus Hitler. How could you go wrong?
Yeah, aren't they very old racist ones?
Oh God!
I remember an image of Looney Tunes of a Looney Tunes frame of a black guy with this really wide grin on his face, and he has all gold teeth, and I think his 2 front teeth are dice or something. That propaganda, perhaps. That kind of really racist thing.
That's really propaganda or not. That's just what comedy was back then.
Yeah. That was a different time. Martin Luther King wasn't around then. Yada, yada.
That's what inspired him. He watched it.
Oh, God. I don't appreciate this type of humor. But no, Dorker, you said Beware the Batman had a unique style to it. What did you mean by that?
It has unique stuff. I got done. I like it. I like the animation. Although Paper's the one who has better observation, and he's like those mouth flaps don't look quite right, or they've been copy pasting models or something like that. And I'm just sitting over here being I don't know, looks fine to me.
All right. How about this? How would you compare it to Green Lantern?
I think it's kind of have an advantage that Green Lantern, just with its setting, it's in outer space, there's lots of emptiness, and it can feel a little meh to look at. But with Beware the Batman, it takes place in the city, and I think they do a good job. Everything looks nice. You can tell that 3D animation has improved a lot over the years. Just watch an episode of the Donkey Kong cartoon and then watch an episode of Beware the Batman.
Go watch Transformers Beast Wars, then you'll see some stuff.
I actually hear a lot of good things about Beast Wars.
I hear a lot of good things about it, but I've never actually sat down and watched it myself. But oh God, that animation. Ugh. It makes Donkey Kong look good.
Really?
Yeah. Think about that for a few moments, audience. Just dwell on that. The Donkey Kong cartoon has better animation than Beast Wars. Oh yeah. There was something else I wanted to ask. What do you think of them not using iconic Batman villains?
Sometimes I think it's pointless, because then they're like, here's this new villain. I'm like, that's exactly like Catwoman. Good job.
Like, they're all established villains, apparently. They're still established villains. They just aren't known to the mainstream.
Yeah. I mean,
You know, except maybe...
Yeah, and it's respectable. Like, part of me is sad, because, like, oh, no Joker. But at the same time, it's like, yay, no Joker. It's tough to explain. It's like, I like that it's fresh.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then they take back their own words, and they put in Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah, that kind of confuses me.
It's like, we aren't doing any mainstream Batman villains. Here's Ra's al Ghul. You know, the guy that was in Batman Begins.
I think there might be a twist to that. Like, maybe it's like Ra's al Ghul and then it turns out to be someone else. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm pretty confused right now. Because in one of the episodes, I mean, Herbs, a couple of them, there's a character that clearly looks like Ra's al Ghul, like, from the anime series. Like, he's pretty identical. But I don't think they've called him that. So I'm like, is he Ra's al Ghul, or is he just someone else that looks the same? This anime series is playing tricks on me.
It was Bane the whole time. The entire plot twist was the series was building up to an episode based around Nightfall. And so Batman gets his back broken and has to hire a new Batman. The rest of Beware the Batman actually makes you beware the Batman because he's a psychopathic killer.
10 out of 10.
That would be a plot twist. I would like to see some of the iconic Batman villains coming back. Like, that might get me into the show. Like, as long as they don't do what Young Justice did to Joker. Oh, dear God.
I don't remember what Young Justice did to Joker.
What Young Justice tried to do with the Joker was make him a kid-friendly version of the one from The Dark Knight.
Honestly, I don't remember. I remember that there was the Joker. I watched the episode, but I don't remember thinking anything about it.
That sounds very slightly impossible to do.
Like, he's filming this webcam video of him in the Injustice League, and for no given reason, he just pulls out a pocket knife and just holds it. It's like, I'm edgy. Oh, and his voice...
Young Justice is pretty dumb and silly at times.
He was voiced by Data from Star Trek. Which, you know, he has an alright voice, but that's not a Joker voice.
Actually, I remember, like, someone, I was, like, looking at, like, a little discussion on the internet about Young Justice. Someone brought up the point, like, they don't really have, like, villains for them. Like how Teen Titans had their own villains and stuff, but Young Justice, they just fight guys like the Joker and such. Like, they don't really have, like...
I mean, I would have been so much happier if they went with John DiMaggio. I think he did a great job. I thought he was going to be like the next Mark Hamill.
I think you're right on that.
Because he had Mark Hamill's enthusiasm with Heath Ledger's creepiness with his own little spin on it.
Yeah.
And he was pretty damn good in Under the Red Hood.
Also, I really want to mention that I think I haven't seen all of Young Justice. I guess I'm a little confused myself. Yeah, I think I have it. But my favorite part, from what I've seen, or at least from the first season, my favorite part is Captain Marvel. He's the best.
Before DC decided to make him dark and gritty.
Did they?
Yeah, they made Captain Marvel dark and gritty.
Where?
In the New 52.
What? All I've seen from the New 52 is the same old Captain Marvel. That's goofy.
You have?
Yeah.
Well, apparently DC's been working on making him dark and gritty.
I don't know. I'm not well informed enough.
Because little, whatever his name is now a street smart punk.
Well, I think I did see that in, like, the little comic I saw, but he still looks goofy to me. Like, you see, like Captain America with a big grin on his face with, like, what was it, like a $10 bill? And they're like, Billy, we're rich! And they're like, yeah! And you see Captain Marvel do the fist pump?
Did you just say Captain America?
Marvel?
Okay.
I thought I said Marvel. Fine, I don't know.
You said Captain America.
Yeah! And you see Captain Marvel do the fist pump? Maybe I was rushing my words too much.
Also, it's Shazam now.
Screw it, I say Captain Marvel. Also,
Yeah, I
Bob
know.
confirmed. Did I say America?
I think so.
Shit. So Captain America is part of DC.
Oh yeah. The entire Marvel Cinematic Universe is a DC property. Do you remember that iconic issue where Iron Man had to stop Starfire from her drinking habits? Oh yeah, that was a good. Actually, that's a good segue. What do you think? What do both of you think of that new Teen Titans cartoon?
Bob?
Never seen it.
Oh. Most of
The only-
chat has seen like an episode or two and they're like, this sucks.
I've seen Master Godzilla's signature, and that's about it.
I know Six fell in love with it. I'm now regretting I showed it to him. 'Cause now that's almost all he talks about besides tomato.
I kind of did a similar thing, but instead of regretting it, I just feel like an evil genius. Like, I got Yoshio into ponies. I'm just doing like an evil laughter, like, yes!
So you're the one responsible for that.
I have caused more misery for others.
God damn it, Durko. Bob, shame him.
I'm trying.
I am requiting your shame raise.
Well, I think we've run out of topics to talk
I was just about to say, like, Teen Titans,
We-
it doesn't look like the best animated, and the humor wasn't that great from what I've seen. Although, whenever I see like jokes, like I saw that one preview you did, where like Robin is so upset with the results, he pretty much like tears apart Cyborg. He's trying to murder the guy. Like, it's just kind of like lazy comedy, but it just makes me laugh so much. Where the characters are just huge jerks, or they're just doing like really stupid stuff. It cracks me up.
The show gets really, really fucking dark at some points, too.
Like I've heard they fight multiple times.
Yeah.
Like this. Oh, hello, Megafire.
Hey.
Anyway, there's this one episode called Super Robin, and I'm gonna just spoil the entire episode because it's so fucking morbid. And Robin wants superpowers, and he tries multiple ways. Eventually, he gets Raven to give him superpowers, which Raven has the ability to give, superpowers that make Superman blush at this point, apparently.
At the cost of Robin's soul. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
And so within a nanosecond, Robin flies out the window and solves the entire universe's problems.
Well,
And the rest of the episode is Robin just having to live in a universe where superheroes aren't needed anymore.
Jesus Christ.
It's so fucking depressing.
It's actually a pretty cool idea. I've only watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes of the series, and by episode I mean like the two-bit episode thing. So
It gets more morbid. The episode ends with Robin on his deathbed.
Jesus, what the fuck?
I think a safe way to describe this show is dumb but fun.
That's a good one.
If you
Dumb,
have-
but fun, but with twists every now and then.
Sounds good.
Like some obscure references you don't see coming.
It's
I did laugh. I saw like a screenshot. I was just browsing one of them boards. I saw a screenshot of Batman Commissioner Gordon fishing. that cracked me up.
It's weird. Batman and Commissioner Gordon are reoccurring character cameos.
in Go.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that, but that sounds great.
They've appeared twice so far. One time fishing, one time just laughing in a police car while shenanigans is going on in front of them.
Go was never that interesting to me. I mean, I chuckled a few times, but it wasn't that funny.
There's a big petition online to get like a proper season 6 going now.
I wouldn't mind an actual season 6 to the old Teen Titans, because I really liked it a lot.
I don't know where you'd go with it though. What would you do?
I don't know.
You've
I think
already...
that's it.
The finale of Teen Titans was Terra coming back, but besides that, before that,
Spoiler.
every villain... I'm sorry, I spoiled a show that's how many years old?
Too many years old. Yeah, go watch Teen Titans
But-
if you haven't.
Yeah, go watch Teen Titans. Why are you still here? Go watch it now. Go. What next? You're gonna tell me you haven't seen Batman the animated? You haven't seen Batman the animated series? Get the fuck out! Get out! Get off the internet!
The internet is now closing its doors.
You're gonna sit your ass down and watch that. Then you're gonna watch Teen Titans.
Anything else you want to add on the list?
You'll
Static
watch
Shock.
Don't make them sit through Static Shock.
Oh.
No, they need to be punished. They haven't watched Batman the animated series. You have to watch Batman reference Teen Titans and get a promise that's never fulfilled.
Oh yeah, Static Shock's joined the Teen
No,
Titans.
obviously that promise was fulfilled with Teen Titans Go.
Well, somebody want to
Static Shock has not appeared in Teen Titans in any form.
Yeah, that man was like, maybe one day you'll join the Teen Titans, and then he didn't.
No, the whole thing was Static walks up to Batman in the Batcave. He's like, so where's Robin? Batman's like, with the Titans. The who? You'll meet them someday. And then it never happened.
Okay.
Except one more reference that came later on. When Little Romeo was asking about celebrity guests, he asked for that green boy with pointy ears.
Oh,
Marvin the Martian?
he doesn't
Josh
have
Dodgers.
Admittedly, I don't remember much from Teen Titan later seasons. I think I have to rewatch it.
Yep.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I don't even feel bad about wanting to. Usually I get like a little bit iffy on that because wasting time, but I'm excited to rewatch it.
I'd say season 4 is the pinnacle.
Isn't
That's the one where it ends on the 3-parter.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Season 5's good, but it's not really about the Teen Titans. It's about everyone else with one Titan per episode or so.
It's like it's basically Justice League Unlimited, but Teen Titans.
It's Teen Titans Unlimited.
Yeah.
I can recall a few episodes where the core cast of Teen Titans never appear.
Oh, which like
Specifically the one with Kid Flash. He was the only hero in that entire episode, if I remember correctly.
That was like a huge episode of shipping, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was just basically Kid Flash X Jinx the entire episode.
they have a lot of shipping in Teen Titans, if I recall correctly.
Not really.
Terra and Beast Boy.
Terra and Beast Boy, Robin and Starfire.
Wow.
There's
There's a really
minor
big
hits.
there's big
There's
influence.
Yeah.
There's big what is it called? Implications in the Beast Boy Terra thing.
And the Beast Boy Raven thing.
Implying.
But there's only been one on-screen kiss in the series, and that's when Kitten decided to kiss her giant spider boyfriend.
Oh right, I forgot that.
No,
Giant
one.
spider boyfriend. That was quite the episode.
Bob, what do you think of Teen Titans?
I thought it was alright. I saw like a few episodes here and there back in the day, but I never really fully watched the whole series.
You just sat around and waited for Megas, didn't you?
Didn't everyone?
I guess so.
Hey, Teen Titans was that thing that I used to preoccupy myself until the new episode of Magus XLR came out.
That was me watching Totally Spies, waiting for Teen Titans to come on Raguzi.
Dude, I
I
watched.
don't even remember why I watched Total Spies. I think I was just bored and watch anything on TV, like
I
Full
watched-
House. Yeah.
I watched Total Spies because I thought it was actually pretty cool. Total
Yeah.
Spies, Totally Spies.
It was a new fetish every episode. They got captured every single episode.
Oh, I remember. There was like it was kind of like an anime emoticon in like one episode, or I don't know if it's the right word, but it was like really confusing. Well, I guess I get it now. If I think about it.
All I
But
remember
at the
is
time, it confused me, where like someone was getting knocked out or something, and it was like a candle, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
a candle.
I'm guessing it was like the candle blown out because he got unconscious, but I don't remember. It was just really confusing to me. I was like, I
I
never seen
remember-
that one before.
I remember Cartoon Network was promoting it as the hottest cartoon on the channel.
Really?
Yes. I am not joking.
All I know is that Jerry is the best character. He's so funny. He has like, he's just so silly. He's like a super secret agent who just like has honors from the Queen of England and still lives with his mom. It's pretty great.
I don't know how, but somehow this entire conversation spawned out of Looney Tunes.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
there's cartoon. I guess Cartoon Network in general, actually.
Yeah.
What an interesting discussion. But speaking of discussions, we're kind of reaching that long point where we could wrap things up.
Yeah, I think I've lost most of my blood at this point.
Yeah, Master Godzilla's dying. We gotta get it. Eventually we gotta get him to a hospital, and we have been sitting here for a while now. You know, it's been an hour and some minutes. 20, 30 minutes, something like that.
Yeah. Do your closing shtick. I'm just gonna go pass out from lack of blood.
Oops. Shit. I guess Bob, get the mop. Durko, don't tell the cops. Bob, get us out of here.
Sure. Let me just get the mop and then clean everything up. Then I will wrap things up. And then I will...
Make sure to wrap the body up pretty well.
Okay. I'll also wrap up the podcast.
Fuckers!
Quick, somebody kill him.
No.
I think we milked the joke.
Bye!
Goodbye,
Bye.
everybody. Thank you for tuning in.